everybody, it is Savvy. Welcome to an unscripted reaction video. I am here today with my doll friend Samantha. Samantha, the most, in my personal opinion, the most iconic of all the American Girl dolls. Today I have her in her fall outfit, which I got from an Etsy crafter. And today Samantha and I are going to react to the new video by the Try Guys called The Try Guys by Every American Girl Doll Ever. I've had people request this video, so I decided let's react to it, and maybe I'll put this out publicly later on if people like it. So here we go. First thing I'm noticing, right, is the video is called The Try Guys by Every American Girl Doll Ever. That's like 200 dolls, okay? And some of those dolls have been discontinued for over a decade, so some of those dolls are gonna run you, like, how much money did they spend? Did they really buy Every American Girl Doll Ever? Let's find out.
In 1986, in Middleton, Wisconsin, Pleasant T. Rowland, that's her real name, founded American Girl, combining her love of American history with her dedication to high-quality educational.
I mean, so far, this is all true. All right, it got the year right, it got the founder right. Yes, her name really is Pleasant. Her name's Pleasant, my name's Savvy, that's why I'm destined to follow in her footsteps, right? All right, let's continue.
Products. The line featured 9-year-old girls through different points in American history, each with a series of companion books. 38 years later, American Girl has sold over 36 million dolls and has 8 stores across the United States where you can book salon appointments for your dolls, get their ears pierced, and even have tea parties with them. American Girl is a phenomenon, and today...
You know what? I don't think I've ever taken Samantha to the American Girl store with Samantha. I am so sorry. That's not true. Okay, when I took Samantha Christmas shopping last year, I first took her to the big downtown Chicago Macy's because that's what used to be the big Marshall Field, and that is, according to the legend, where Pleasant T. Rowland first found the Goetz Romina doll from Germany. She eventually bought the rights to the face mold of that doll, and that doll became Samantha. So if you look at like the original Romina doll from Goetz in Germany, she looks a lot like Samantha. And so I brought Samantha there as like a, you know, like a pilgrimage to see her roots, that kind of thing. So I brought her there, and then afterwards we did wander around the American Girl store to do some Christmas shopping, but we did not have lunch or a tea party or anything. I've taken a few dolls to tea parties there, mainly the one that I made to look like me, and then also I brought Courtney, I brought Z, I've brought Kit. I'm so sorry, Samantha, I need to bring you. Anyway, let's continue.
Hey, we're gonna play with all of them. This is Play the Menu.
All right, so today they're trying Every American Girl doll. All right, this is a very interesting, oh, let me make myself a little smaller. This is a very interesting picture here. They've got the original 6 dolls. They don't have, like, because some people say there's an original 3, right, which are Samantha, Kirsten, and Molly. Some people say there's an original 6, which are Felicity, Josefina, Kirsten, Addie, Samantha, and Molly. And then some people say there's an original 7, which would be Kit also. Some people say there's an original 8, which would mean also Kaya. They don't have Kit or Kaya, but they do have Rebecca and Cinderella, who came out this year, so I'm not sure what's going on with that, but we'll get there.
We're gonna get this tea party started with our first doll, but to help me out, please welcome to the American Girl doll stage, Joyce!
The lady is in.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, so he's got a woman to help out.
Today we're going in reverse age order, starting with the oldest girl and going backwards to the youngest.
Okay, reverse age order, oldest girl to the youngest. Oldest as in oldest came out, like, released first, or oldest as in, like, from the earliest time period? So that would be Kaya first, right? Kaya's the oldest. She is an indigenous girl from the Nez Perce tribe who exists before there was any official America, like U.S. country. There was no country of the United States when she existed. She was from, I think, 1764. So we're starting with Kaya, and then the youngest would be, what, like the most recent girl of the year? Like Summer, who's turns 10 in 2025, so she would be born in 2015? Like, is that what we're doing? Okay, let's see what they mean.
First up, Kaya.
Yeah, okay, I was right. They got it right. All right, Kaya's first.
Born in 1755.
There we
She's
go.
a Native American girl of the Nez Perce tribe.
All right, everything's right so far.
Originally released in 2002, she's the 8th historical character.
Yes.
She's known to be ambitious, resourceful, adventurous, and daring with a generous spirit.
Fresh out the package, baby.
Oh, we got a book too. Joyce, you were an American Girl girly?
I was an American Girl girly, you know. My mom, always took us to the American Girl place every year, and we would have tea with our dolls.
That's so fun. I love that. I love that. When I went to the American Girl place when I was 8 years old, when I had Molly was my main childhood toy, right? So I had Molly, and my dad took me to the American Girl store when I was 8 because he and my mom were about to get married and he was about to adopt me. So it was our like first father-daughter bonding activity. It's a lovely memory that I have in my head. How many years later has it been now? Oh God, I'm 32. That's what, 24 years later?
Photo shoots with our dolls.
Yes, photo shoots. I like her.
It's like the best place in the world. It's just girlhood.
She's out on the frontier.
Okay, I
but
like
she's still
Joyce.
got
She's
that
cool.
Perfect little wingtip.
The girl who do her extensions is crazy good.
Holy shit! Enemy raiders storm the village and she gets taken captive?
Yeah, that's what happens in Kaya's book. How are you trying all the American Girl dolls if you're not trying to... I guess trying to read all the books might take a while, but I mean, you are a millions of subscribers channel. Read some books, my dude.
Yeah. Trauma.
You got some trauma.
Oh yeah, all the dolls have trauma. All of them. Well, not Summer, the new girl of the year. Her biggest trauma is that another business tries to copyright strike her small business. At least as far as I know, I haven't read her book actually, but considering American Girl was doing that to some Etsy crafters, I don't have any sympathy for Summer.
Who's next? Little baby Felicity.
Okay, we've got the Felicity mini doll. We don't have the Felicity full-size doll. So are we not trying all the American Girl dolls? Where's full-size Felicity? I thought we were trying every doll.
Represents English colonial America at the dawn and early years of the Revolutionary War. Felicity has the look of someone who's seen death.
Okay, to be fair, in my American Girl doll deep dive video, I didn't yet have Felicity, so I used her mini doll too. She was the only mini doll that I actually showed. I do have Felicity now. Actually, one of my viewers sent her to me. I got a DM that was like, I've got Felicity and she's been in my attic for years and I don't have any use for her anymore. Do you want her? And I was like, yes! So I have like a really old ass Felicity. She's got like the really short eyelashes. She's got the completely faded away eyebrows. Like she's, I believe, from like 1991, which is pretty incredible.
So Felicity is a retired doll. You can't buy her anymore.
You can buy her on the secondhand market, actually. Get on eBay and Mercari, get on Etsy. So are you actually trying every American Girl doll or not? So are you trying every doll? In order to try every doll, you have to go hunting. Are you going to find Caroline? Are you going to find Cecile and Marie Grace? Because you might want to join the subreddit and wait to see when people find them at Goodwill for $4 because someone didn't know their values, and then they're going to relist them and you can negotiate like a middle of the road price so it's a win-win situation. Otherwise, you're going to be spending $200 trying to find these dolls somewhere on eBay. Are we not doing that? I thought we were trying every American Girl doll. Oh, now it's... Oh, I guess the title's actually that they rank every American Girl doll ever. I thought that they were gonna try every American Girl doll ever. Never mind. I guess I was wrong. I guess I read it wrong. I thought it said... Because it's always like, the try guys try this. So I just kind of assumed that's what it would be, but I guess that's my fault.
It's in the vault. So the only Felicities that exist are either very expensive resale or...
They're not that expensive. Felicity was one of the dolls that they produced the most of, so finding a used Felicity doll for resale is not that expensive. You can probably find one for like, I don't know, if she's like lightly damaged, lightly used, especially if she's got a little silver eye going on, like her eye got a little silver, you could probably find her for about $40 to $60 on Mercari, on eBay. You just gotta do some bidding. So I don't know, it just kind of seems like you didn't try, Mr. Try Guy. It seems like you didn't really try to find Felicity.
The tiny versions.
Why would they do that? Felicity is one of the main girlies.
What is this classic American garb? Because this is reading more
Bridgerton?
I was thinking Brave.
Oh, I could see that. Irish.
If you could change your fates.
You know what I loved about Felicity?
Okay, so Felicity's outfit has been redone a couple times. This is one of my least favorite looks of hers. She does have her, like, original meat outfit, and then she has her Be Forever meat outfit, and then she has her, like, 35th anniversary release meat outfit. Like, they've changed her outfit so many times. The first one is definitely the best, and then I like to go on Etsy and get her, like, 18th century ball gowns and stuff for fun.
She's always been smart. She's always been, like, about her career, about her check.
Oh, and it comes with a little baby book! In what?
Yeah, Felicity, a lot of people have a headcanon that Felicity has ADHD because she cannot sit still. But, you know, that might be true. That wasn't really, like, a concept at the time. So that could be true, like, if she existed today. Or it might also just be that she's, like, such a really chaotic, intense horse girl, and her mom wants her to, like, be a proper lady and learn to write her script and do her embroidery and things like that. But Felicity's like, I'm a horse girl. So are we going to talk about Felicity being a horse girl? Because that is, like, the main thing about Felicity is that she's, like, a horse lesbian.
What world am I able to read this? And you know what's crazy? This is American Girl doll, but one of the biggest pieces of text on the back is that it's made in China.
Yeah, they switched to making things in China, I want to say around 1995. Things were all produced in West Germany originally because the dolls, the molds that they were based on were originally from Germany. So a lot of collectors get really into the, like, tags that say made in West Germany for Pleasant Company. Around 1995, I want to say again, I might not have the exact year right, they switched to producing things in China for cost reasons because it was cheaper.
All right, Felicity, see ya. And next up, Caroline Abbott.
Okay, so they do have Caroline, but she's the mini doll again, because they didn't try to find her. I actually have a Caroline doll right over there that I haven't opened yet. I'm waiting to, like, sometimes when I order used dolls and get them for a good deal, I don't open them all right away because I want the experience of opening each doll to be special. Actually, Caroline was a doll that, like, I was on the American Girl subreddit. Someone found Caroline at Goodwill for $4 and wanted to resell her for $50. And I was like, yes, if this is a good condition Caroline, I will pay you $50 for that, because most of the resellers who know her value are out there selling her for $200, $300 because she's such a highly sought after doll, because she's the only one to have that specific teal eye color, and because she's been retired for about 10 years now and there's been no plans to ever re-release her. So she is kind of a rarer doll, and so since this person found her so cheap, they were willing to sell her to me for a lot more than they bought her for, but a lot less than I would pay elsewhere. So now I have a Caroline that I can open in a little bit. But this is the mini doll, so again, I guess I can't blame you for not trying that hard to find Caroline, because it is actually hard to find her at a reasonable price. But Felicity I can't forgive.
She was born October 22nd, 1802. She's a Scorpio?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I
she
love
lives
her
in
outfit.
Sackett's Harbor, New York.
We got our War of 1812 doll right here, right? This is, I wish they'd bring her back, because, like, we don't currently have a doll from that era that is for sale in the store at all. And she's pretty hard to come by.
Still a British colony, her story represents the War of 1812.
Sure does.
What is the War of 1812?
I feel dumb because I don't remember.
The War of 1812 was fought by the United States and its allies against the United Kingdom and its allies in North America.
We did it again? We ran it back?
America just loves to fight.
We love a sequel, you know?
Break it down, 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 break it down. Ah.
War! Anyone with this platinum blonde hair as a child, I have trouble trusting them. Blonde children need to be feared and respected from afar.
Yes.
I like that she has light blonde hair. I think she's one of the only, like there are a couple blonde historical dolls, right? There's Kirsten, there's Kit, there's Courtney. Maryellen is kind of more of a strawberry blonde, but Caroline is definitely, like, the blondest of the blonde. She has such beautiful eyes too, and, like, you can really only see them in the full-size doll.
Do you know this next one?
Okay, now we got our girl Josefina. You guys know I love Josefina. Josefina's great. Josefina likes to watch Kitchen Nightmares with me. She's such a Kitchen Nightmares girl.
Josefina. She was born in 1815. She's a Mexican girl living on a rancho 15 miles away from Santa Fe when the territory was under Mexican rule, only a few years after Mexican independence from Spanish colonialism. She's caring and hopeful.
She was always that girl to me, and I would tell her all my secrets. Or, like, when my days were hard, I would be like, Josefina, like, do you think I'll have friends? And she would always say,
this is very relatable. I didn't get Josefina that early on, but I love the doll, and I love that connection too, like how much you connect emotionally with the dolls. I love that.
In my head, yes, you'll have friends, Joyce.
I'm curious, why were you attracted to having a Josefina?
I thought she was so pretty and she's so
beautiful,
confident and independent, and she makes mistakes.
I don't know. I mean, I guess Josefina does learn to be confident and independent. She's also very shy and reserved, and she's terrified of goats. That's kind of what her first book is about, is getting in fights with a goat named Florecita.
Can I have a hug? I love you.
I think Josefina is probably one of the sweetest girls from the original historical characters. Like, Felicity had no chill. We all know Felicity is the most chaotic bitch of all.
I love you, Joyce. I miss her so much. I'm gonna have to buy one for real.
I like her outfit. This is a nice...
I feel like it's the...
Wait, I thought she had one as a kid. Did she get rid of it? I hope you didn't get rid of Josefina. If you did, like, again, she's still for sale. She hasn't been, like, discontinued. Plus, also, there's resales of her. She's been around since 1997, so she's not hard to find.
The cutest out.
Oh, they also got like a little hairnet on her, so she's probably fresh out of the box, which means that they probably paid full price for her. Right now, I think Josefina. Well, if you get the Josefina in the original meat outfit, which is the one they have her in right now with the original book cover, which is that one at the store, I think they're only selling in like a collection, so you can't just get the doll. You have to get the full doll book accessories collection for Kirsten, Josefina, and Addie right now because of this like whole re-release thing that they did. So they probably paid $165 for her, I would guess, because they don't have them as just the doll available. You probably could have got her cheaper on the resale market, just like same with Felicity.
Outfit, and look, she got her little like jewelry. Like she came with more than everybody else.
Yeah, that's because with the re-release, they're only selling her along with accessories, so you paid more for that. That's the reason why.
I also like that they're all branded on the back of the neck, like XXX.
So do you...
Oh yeah, that's one of my goals for the future. Once I'm a little more tattooed, I'm gonna get my Pleasant Company neck tattoo.
Do you have any connection to dolls or action figures? I know you used to play with Barbies and like take off their clothes.
Okay, all right. And my sister had a bunch of dolls, but she would try and change their outfits and then abandon it halfway through. So we just had a ton of naked Barbies. That was formative for me.
Okay.
Here, let's have a tea party with her.
Oh, girl, so last week, I was at the club till 7 a.m. When my friend gets drunk, she's like, let's go out. Why would you do that? Give me that tea.
That's how I am with my dolls too, to be fair. Like, I'm always getting high with Molly. Molly and I are always getting really stoned and watching weird movies.
Hey girl, spill that tea. You're actually spilling the tea. Boys love to make a mess. And that's why y'all ain't invited to no tea parties.
Kirsten.
All right, here's Kirsten. Is this Kirsten used? Her eyes are like a little bit like half lidded, which makes me not so sure. But again, if they got... No, this might be the re-release Kirsten that just came out actually, because the re-release version has like a slightly darker shade of blue in her eyes than the original Kirsten did.
Larson. Okay. There's only one Kirsten that we allow, and that's Miss Dunst. Otherwise, Kirsten, dumb name. You're Kristen, okay?
That's super rude, because she's from Sweden. Her name is Kirsten Larson because she is from Sweden. We're not going to call her Kristen. That's not her name. Also, fun fact about Kirsten, which is like sort of addressed in the books, her name technically should be Kirsten Andersdotter, but her name is Kirsten Larson because, so her father's name is Anders Larson, so Lars is her grandfather, right? And then she also has a brother named Lars who was named after their grandfather. So her father's last name is Larson because that's how they do it in Sweden, right? They make your last name like your father's first name plus son or daughter, depending on if you're male or female. So her father became Anders Larson. So her brothers should have been Anderson, right? But when she came over on the boat, you know, that's not how they do the naming conventions here in the US. So they just were like, oh, okay, the father's last name is Larson, so everybody's last name is Larson. So now she's stuck with a brother named Lars Larson as a result, which is ridiculous.
She represents mid-century settlement of the American West by white European immigrants and pioneers.
She sure does.
She's known to be brave and steadfast. Mm-hmm. She's one of the first 3 dolls in the collection. That's a 1986 girl you're looking at here.
Is that? I think that's a re-release girl, but it could be a 1986 girl. I can't tell from here. The eyes look too dark to be a 1986 girl. I mean, it's definitely not a 1986 girl, right? Her lashes are too long. Her eyebrows are too defined. I'm guessing that's a re-release Kirsten from this year just based on the eye color, but I don't know if that's just the lighting in the video.
She's given Sound of Music in her outfit. I see the Swedish influence.
She lives on a farm in Minnesota.
Minnesota? I've never been to Minnesota.
Why is she acting British right now?
I don't know. Minnesota.
Oh my god.
Put it on. Put it on.
Oh my god.
Bust down, Tatiana.
Oh, little.
I need to make a video like this. I mean, I guess I did make that really long American Girl doll deep dive, but like, I feel like I could drop so much knowledge.
See, you talking so much shit about my girl, but she got a fit.
I wasn't on board with Kirsten. Now I could not be more on board with Kirsten.
Kirsten's great. I love her.
I don't know. Hold on. Put it on my little head. This is the good thing about having a little peanut head is that some of the accessories kind of can fit you. Oh! She's the pioneer girly. Let's call a spade a spade. She's a settler.
I mean, slavery is happening throughout most of these stories, but we don't talk about that.
Oh, we absolutely talk about slavery. All right, we're gonna get to Addie next, right? Like Addie, the one who escaped slavery. Actually, we should technically. I think Cecile. No. Wait, no. Cecile and Marie Grace should have happened already. Kirsten her story takes place in 1854. Cecile and Marie Grace took place in 1853. Where's Cecile and Marie Grace? Did you just skip them? What about our girls from New Orleans whose whole family died of cholera, who helped at the hospital during the yellow fever outbreak? We're just gonna skip our southern girls? Okay. So, but yeah, so Kirsten, yeah, slavery is absolutely addressed in most of the books. It's addressed in Cecile and Marie Grace's books because of how slavery kind of functioned differently in New Orleans as opposed to other parts of the country during that time. So that's kind of addressed in terms of the like free people of color idea, because Cecile is, I'm not sure if she has Creole heritage, but I think she might, and she's also a free person of color in New Orleans in the 1850s. She's a wealthy black girl, whereas like Marie Grace is a less wealthy white girl, and they form this friendship, and Marie Grace's mom and brother died of cholera. Like there's a whole thing there. We just skipped right over them. Anyway, no, slavery is absolutely addressed in these books. Felicity's books needed to do a lot better job of addressing it because it's kind of implied that Felicity's grandpa has some slaves, which is not talked about. But no, slavery is absolutely addressed in most of the books. And in fact, Kirsten's books do a lot to address the ways that settlers displaced indigenous populations, especially in Kirsten's second book. She makes friends with a girl named Singing Bird, who is an indigenous girl that lives right nearby where she settled in Minnesota. And they connect because Kirsten's trying to learn to speak English, and this girl doesn't speak English or Swedish, and the two of them are like, oh, we can't speak each other's language or the language of the people around us, so they just kind of like play on their own without talking, and that's how their best friendship forms. And then Singing Bird has to move away because of all the settlers to that part of Minnesota that was causing them to run out of resources. So Kirsten gets like super depressed over the fact that like her family may have been contributing to displacing her new best friend, and she goes through it. Okay, I feel like we did not read Kirsten's books, did we?
Because they're American Girls. No, they don't do that.
What the hell? The American Girl doll has an American Girl doll.
She does have a doll. Her name is Sorry.
Dollception.
Oh,
Actually, I think all the original girls have a doll. That was part of the fun, was that it was like each doll had a doll as an accessory. Like Samantha's doll was named Lydia. It was like this porcelain doll that she really wanted. Rebecca has like a set of Russian nesting dolls because her family comes from Russia. Kirsten has that rag doll. Addie has a doll named Ida who's like made with beans inside of her. It's actually interesting because it shows the ways that kids played historically and how similar it is to now.
she looks so sad.
Yeah, well, of course she does. She lives on the prairie.
Yeah.
I think Kirsten's actually sad because if you're looking at her first book, her best friend dies of cholera. Her best friend before Singing Bird, she has another best friend who's from Sweden who's coming to America with her named Marta, and Marta dies of cholera on the boat.
Boring as hell.
I want white girls to wear braids like this.
We're gonna ignore the fact that Kirsten's best friend died of cholera, okay?
Fat girls.
Look at these socks. This fit don't quit.
Her socks are adorable. I love them.
Okay, we do have to pause because I have to fart. I'm sorry about
We're gonna keep... Okay. All right, now we got Addie. So, yes, we do address slavery.
Addie, let's go! It's Addie in the house. Addie Walker! So the story begins with her being enslaved during the last years of the Civil War.
Okay, yeah, so we are just straight up skipping Cecile and Marie Grace. You guys just skipped over to historical girls. I thought we were ranking every American Girl doll ever and we were doing them in historical order, but I guess we're not.
She's courageous and strong. She later reunites with her brother and father. You want to talk about a real American Girl hero?
I mean, she's that girl.
She's that one, and also,
I love the fit.
let's talk about the fit.
The fit is fit.
I do love Addie's outfit. I think it's adorable.
The fit don't quit.
I mean, look at the boot.
She's wearing her Doc
She's got
Martens.
platoons on. She got a nice platoon. And my little sister got very obsessed with Addie when she was younger. So she read like Addie's horror books where she's haunted by the ancestors. When she first came out, I guess it was really divisive within the community.
I get the critique of like, you don't want all black stories to be about black trauma and to be rooted in slavery. But also, if you're telling a story of American history,
Yeah, in American Girl dolls, the black doll stories aren't all rooted in trauma. You maybe want to look at Cecile, who is a wealthy black girl who's part of the upper class in New Orleans in the 1850s, whose story you skipped over. You want to talk about her, maybe. I hope they get to Claudie later, because Claudie is a Harlem Renaissance girl, and she's one of my favorites.
you can't not tell this chapter.
American Girl
True.
dolls might be the only way kids remember these stories now with everything going on in the country, so.
That is true. That is a really good point, and that's why I think some of these books are extremely important.
Why is this one standing on its own and none of the others are?
Because Addie can stand on her own 2 feet.
All right, that's all we're getting from Addie. Okay, now we're on to Samantha. So this is also a re-release Samantha. This is in her Be Forever dress, which is by far the worst of the Samantha dresses. Samantha right here agrees with me. Samantha likes her original meat outfit from 1986 a lot better than whatever this monstrosity is, because it's just not, it just doesn't have the right, like, Edwardian era fashion vibes to it. It's wrong, isn't it, Samantha? All right, Samantha can now correct anything they get wrong about her life.
Samantha Parkington! She represents the turn of the century America, the early American progressive era.
Yep.
She's bright and generous, blah, blah, blah. You're saying she's rich?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's rich, and she makes friends with a girl named Nellie who is a poor Irish immigrant whose parents die, and she helps Nellie escape child labor, and Samantha becomes like a union activist.
Yeah, and on social media, she's kind of known as a bitch a little bit.
Okay, no, we're not. Why are we slandering Samantha right now?
Yeah, because, I mean, she's like the rich girl that becomes friends with a servant named Nellie. Is Nellie a slave? Please,
Nellie is not a slave. Nellie is an Irish immigrant who is employed.
God, please do it.
Daddy, I want a steam engine now!
Samantha has no daddy. Samantha's an orphan. Samantha's parents have been dead for a long time. That's actually like the biggest thing that we know about her going into the story. Her parents died in a horrific boating accident. And then in, I think it's her 4th book, Samantha, no, it might be her 5th, I think it's her 5th book. Samantha has to ride a boat during the summer at the same location where her parents died in the boating accident, and so it's about learning to overcome that trauma. So there is no daddy involved in this. No, Samantha lives with her grandmother, whose name is Grandmary. Later on, she goes to live with her Uncle Gardner and Aunt Cornelia, who are part of the suffragette movement and are also wealthy, and they also adopt Nellie because Nellie's parents have died, and they're trying to get Nellie out of having to work in the factory where she's getting her fingers sliced off in the machines and things like that.
I went from rags to riches, and if you work hard, you can too!
That's literally the opposite of Samantha. What the fuck? Okay, I don't like the way that people treat Samantha. Like, legitimately, people who didn't read Samantha's books are out here being like, oh, Samantha she's the pretty girl. She's the, like, high feminine pretty girl from the early 1900s who lives in luxury. Yeah, but, like, did you not pay attention to her as a person? Are we just judging Samantha based on appearance? Are we having, like, a misogynistic outlook on Samantha? This is not who Samantha is, okay? Samantha literally, like, she has to give a speech for her school project, and she says that she's going to give a speech about, like, industrial progress, and her teacher approves it, but then she actually goes up there and gives a speech about why child labor is bad, and how she had to sneak into a factory to rescue her friend Nellie from it, and why we all need to have better regulations against child labor, and the school is like, what? We didn't approve that, but then her grandma's really proud of her for it. Like, there's a whole arc going on here. Are we just going to completely ignore that? Samantha, can you stand for this? Dude, Samantha's getting, like, heated right now. They're just straight up lying about my girl.
I can have empathy. I care for the poor. But the fit's kind of fitting. Her bob isn't bobbing, though. This cut, is
She doesn't have a bob, that's why. She has long hair. She has long hair with bangs.
not cute for her face.
Money can't buy taste.
You know?
So she's one of the original three, along with Kirsten and Molly, who we'll meet later.
Yes. This looks bougie, rich, expensive.
I know, that one's crazy looking.
They're just...
I don't know how. Well, let's get the doll to eat it with you.
They should have had me in this video. Like, I could have joined this crew. I could have been the third one to give the, like, actual accurate takes on what's going on. Because right now they're reacting to nothing. They're just pulling out, like, they get all these dolls? They spent all the money to get these dolls, right? Theoretically, and then they just didn't read their books or find out much about their stories other than maybe like a Wikipedia search to learn what years they were born. Like, what's going on here?
You.
Come here, rich girl.
I'm gonna be real, this video kind of sucks.
It's pronounced macaron, not macaroon, you silly.
That's not Samantha, dude. I feel bad for exposing her to this now. I thought we were gonna have a fun time reacting over here. They're especially the part where they were like, "Daddy, I want what?" Like, I feel bad for like, don't. Her parents are dead, dude. That's not a cool joke to make to her.
And he can buy you out of anything.
Rebecca Rubin, we got
All right, we've got Rebecca. I like Rebecca. Rebecca's great. She's one of my favorites. I love this girl.
a Jew up in this house. Okay, 1905,
Yes.
American Jewish.
So Rebecca was technically the second Jewish doll that American Girl released, but she was the first like historical character who has being Jewish as a big part of like the culture surrounding her. The first Jewish doll they released was actually Lindsay, who was the first girl of the year in 2001, and her story took place in 2001. And she like had a whole thing with like her brother's bar mitzvah and planning for that, and like there was a whole thing involved there. So she was like a Jewish girl living in Chicago. I love Lindsay. Lindsay's one of my favorites. I think she's in my on my display in the other room right now. Rebecca's story is about like her family being Russian immigrants to the U.S. I believe she was born in the U.S. I just read her books like a year ago. I read like sat down and read like the whole collection of her. Her stories are so good, you guys. They're so good. So anyway, yes, Rebecca is the second Jewish character they released, but her story really has a lot to do with, you know, being Jewish in America during the World War I era, especially when some of her relatives, like her aunts and uncles and cousins, have to flee persecution in Russia and come over here on the boat.
Girl, 20th century World War I era, immigration and silent film. She's confident and inspiring.
Yeah, Rebecca is like a theater kid. She's an early theater kid, and her, I think, uncle or cousin becomes like a silent film actor and takes her to a film set. It's so cute. I love it.
The fit is fitting.
This is probably my favorite
Rebecca's
outfit
gorgeous.
yet. It's
I love
not
her.
just because it's Jewish.
I wish that she had a hat. I feel like her hat...
I mean, she does have a hat. You just have to get her accessories. It's just that if you got Josefina, Kirsten, and Addie, they came with the accessories because with the re-release, they're bundled together. Anyway, Rebecca does have a hat.
would kill.
One thing I wish about American Girl dolls is that you could articulate their legs.
Yeah.
That's valid. Valid critique. Valid critique.
They walk like they're about to fight you. Anna's Russian accent will ruin the show.
Oh, is she a Russian Jew? You never think of the American Girl dolls as, you know, they're first generation immigrants.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, like Kirsten being Swedish and Rebecca's family being from Russia. Like, yeah, that's kind of the whole point of their story. Yes, you do think of them that way. Maybe you don't because you didn't read the books. You just bought all these dolls and spent all this... Like, I just don't get why you'd spend all this money to get all these dolls for the video and then not learn actually anything about... I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So she's gonna have a thick Russian accent. I am Rebecca, I come from Russia.
Rebecca does not have a Russian accent. Her cousin Anna has a Russian accent. Rebecca was born in the U.S. Her parent, like her grandma, has a really thick Russian accent, and her cousins and aunts and uncles do, and that's part of when they're learning to communicate in school. And her cousin Anna joins her in class and is trying to learn how to speak English along with her, and then they have to perform a song together, and Rebecca's really worried that because Anna can't pronounce all the words right in English, it might ruin their performance. Like, there's a whole story about that.
Flipping into Dracula, but I like it.
I am Rebecca, I will suck your blood.
Her family is credited with making the Reuben sandwich. I'm just kidding.
She has a beautiful family tree.
Oh yeah.
That is what I love about the American Girl dolls, is that you get a whole family tree.
I do love that too. That's one of the things about the original books that I love, where they got the full color illustrations. They introduce you to their whole family right from the get-go. Rebecca has a lot of siblings because she just has a big family.
So you can like imagine the characters because you already have a picture. I always like that. But that's the cousin she don't like because her accent too thick.
She doesn't not like her. Anna is her favorite cousin. They're best friends. She wants her to be like a sister to her because she has two brothers who spend all their time together, and then her older sisters are twins and they spend all their time together. So Rebecca often feels like she's kind of left out of all the fun and that nobody takes her seriously. So when Anna, who's a cousin who's her age, comes to live with them when she comes off the boat, she's really excited that they get to do everything together. So she's helped trying to like get her assimilated into school and things like that. But she is concerned about Rebecca is concerned about Anna not being able to sing the song and do this. So she doesn't dislike her. She's actually her best friend, but okay.
So she is a little bougie.
Assimilation.
No. She's not bougie. She's not bougie. Rebecca's father owns a shoe store, and Rebecca tries to like save up coins to buy some candles for Sabbath. Anyway, no, she's not bougie. She is pretty poor and lives in a big apartment complex where there's like, you know, a bunch of people all squished together in that area. She talks frequently about having to save up coins to buy candles and sheet music and things like that. So no, Rebecca is not made of money. She also helps out in her father's store as a way to kind of help the family make money and things like that.
It was kind of part of her story that they had to keep their store open on the Sabbath and start breaking a lot of those rules in order to survive.
Here her cousin is being authentically who she is. It's not that she don't like her cousin, but it's like, why do you get to be who you are and I can't?
It's a story of crushing your ethnic.
Well, I don't get why they didn't just read the stories. This drives me nuts.
That's the American story.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is the themes of a lot of okay. Claudie! I love Claudie.
Early 90s.
I always play with Claudie and Rebecca as best friends because they're both from New York and they're both really into like the arts and performance, and they both have like Claudie lives in a boarding house, Rebecca lives in like a big apartment complex, so they kind of, I don't know, they gave me like Arnold and Gerald from Hey Arnold kind of vibes as their friendship. So I just think the two of them, I always play with the two of them being friends, and I think when they're adults, so when I play with my dolls, right, like they will be, sometimes they're 10 years old, sometimes it's like them in the books, and then sometimes I play with them as like 30 years old, or I'm like, they're adults now, they're doing whatever, maybe they'll get married. So anyway, Claudie and Rebecca end up married to each other like years in the future. When I play with my dolls, it's a alternate universe of America with no homophobia because all the dolls are gay.
1920s, Harlem Renaissance.
Yes,
she's a
we love
skilled
Claudie.
storyteller. This was originally released in 20... And Claudie is known for occasionally bashing her head when she doesn't get her way.
Okay.
When an eviction notice threatens her family trauma, her friends, and the beloved home they share, Claudie has an idea that might save the day.
Why are these all rooted in drama?
Also,
You've skipped over so much of the trauma, though. We've skipped over so much of the trauma. You skipped over when Kirsten's friend died of cholera, when Samantha's parents died in a boating accident. You skipped over the entirety of Cecile and Marie Grace having to help with the yellow fever outbreak in New Orleans. You skipped over all of the abuse that Addie had to watch when her brother tries to escape slavery and he gets caught by the slave master and gets beaten right in front of her. There is so much trauma that you just haven't been addressing. It's kind of bugging me.
so why is the 10-year-old figuring out how to save her house?
Because in children's stories, it's important for children to have autonomy and be the ones to figure out the solution to the problem.
All I know is that Claudie, she got moves. Of the outfits we've seen so far, I think that she's underserving.
I actually think Claudie has one of the best meat outfits out of all the dolls. I love it. I think it's super cute. And then she has like a whole array of like 1920s. And like, to be fair, I think her 1920s outfits are a little bit inaccurate in terms of like, a 10-year-old girl in 1922 would not have a flapper dress. Like, that's ridiculous. But I think they wanted to just do like, you know, roaring 20s kind of styles to go with her. So I think her outfits are very beautiful, actually. I think she's got some of the best ones.
The face card.
Bring back my Rebecca
Yes.
Rubin, that hot purple. Switch them. Switch these outfits.
Yeah, switch it out.
Okay, I actually do have my Rebecca and Claudie dolls share clothes. I have them wear each other's clothes all the time. I have Claudie's travel outfit, and I have Rebecca wear that because I think it doesn't look that much like her school outfit, but it looks close enough that, like, I'm like, yeah, we can do that.
Outfits. This is why you're gonna be a great girl, Dad.
Why don't they just actually physically switch their outfits? They wanted to see what they look like. Part of the fun of American Girl dolls is the fact that they literally can all wear the same clothes as each other because all the doll bodies are identical, even if the heads and faces and hair are different. So you can just swap their clothes. Why didn't you just swap their clothes?
You will see the terms colored and Negro used to refer to black people throughout the story. Although these terms are not appropriate today, they are included in the story as an accurate reflection of how people would have thought and spoken during this time. I'm finding it increasingly challenging to make jokes. All of these.
I did a wonderful American Girl doll deep dive where I made lots of jokes and also talked about the realities of these dolls' trauma.
Girls are rooted in real historical trauma.
Don't you realize, Zach? That's what it means to be an American Girl.
Yeah.
It's
Like, yes, but unironically.
Samantha back out.
Why? Okay, we just didn't address any of Samantha's trauma. Samantha literally finds her best friend in a factory where a child's finger gets stuck in the machine. We're just, Samantha, I can't believe they're doing this to you. I'm just gonna cover your ears. I'm gonna cover you up for the rest of this. It's not right for you to have to do this.
Where's Samantha, that rich bitch?
My family's going to evict you! Ah! Papa!
No, yeah, Samantha's family evicts people, right? That's why they adopted the girl who became an orphan. Oh my god, my blood's gonna boil.
She hit me!
That was our first batch of American Girl dolls. What are American Girls that you want to see moving forward?
You know,
okay, but that's the first batch. They have more. Let's see if we can skip ahead. I'm getting really tired. Okay, so we're gonna get to Kit in a second here. All right, let's move on to Kit.
Kittredge.
Hi, Kit. That hair is something. Oh, something fell out of her dress.
We've been keeping the girls in hairnet.
Yeah, it's just that she's in a hairnet. There's nothing wrong with her hair.
But this one I feel like I gotta see what she's
It's just a bob, dude.
working with. Oh, did I just tear a chunk of her hair out?
No way.
That's just the wig.
Put your hair
That's
down,
just
girl.
The hairnet.
Kit!
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
Just whip it. I don't really like how she looks.
Hold on, let's learn about her.
Well,
How about you brush her hair? You just pulled it out of the net and whipped it around and we're like, I don't like it. Brush her hair, dude. She's got a cute little 30s bob. Oh my god.
there's something, like her freckles look fake to me, right?
I mean, she's a doll. They're painted on. That's what the fuck are you talking about? Her whole body is fake.
It looks like they're painted on her face.
She drew them on herself because she felt left out. Kit Kittredge was born.
Kit was actually the first doll they made with freckles, so sorry if her freckle pattern wasn't perfect. She was the first freckled doll they made.
In 1923, she represents the American Great Depression era.
Oh, so she's depressed.
Maybe it's
That's sad.
Kit Kittredge is a 9-year-old girl with a nose for news. But since most of the news in the early 1930s is about hard times and the Depression, she writes her own newspaper stories. She's disassociating. Like, great! Depression!
Yeah, Kit's the writer. She's the one that I connected to. I love Kit. She's one of my favorites.
Jen!
The hat's
I'm
cute.
gonna write a newspaper story. It's
I'm actually gonna be Kit for Halloween.
gonna change the world.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, she's cute.
Yeah, she's cute, finally!
Like the green in her dress.
Every day, Kit hoped he'd come home with the good news of a new job. But every afternoon, Dad came home tired and discouraged.
Yep.
I'm not doing great.
Yep, that's Kit's story.
We can't afford medicine.
Yep.
Who's next? This is Nanea. She lives in Honolulu in 1932. She represents the 1940s, specifically the entry of the U.S. into
She's actually one that I don't have. I do want to get her at some point. I like her.
World War II after the Pearl Harbor attack.
Hey! I like her shoes. I like her shorts. Honestly,
She's
she's got
very
a great
cute.
fit. I like her little buck teeth. Isn't that a thing with all American girls?
They all have the buck teeth except for Kaya because Kaya's mouth is closed because it was a thing with Nez Perce culture, not showing teeth when you smile because it was like a sign of aggression. So when they were developing Kaya, they worked with a board including people who live or people who are from the Nez Perce tribe who approved the things with her design to make sure that they were like accurate and things like that. So Kaya has a closed mouth.
Dolls?
They got
yeah, they all have the freaking, they all have the
Not
same
Kaya.
teeth!
Kaya does not.
They all got the Michael.
They all have the
No, not Kaya.
same teeth! It's a conspiracy!
It's interesting to have a American Girl doll from Honolulu and have it where she's half Scottish American, half Hawaiian. Like, I think
That is kind kind of strange. I haven't read Nanea's books, so I'm not going to try to correct them because I actually don't have this doll. She's one of the few that I don't have.
It's gonna be interesting to hear the Hawaiian story.
And the Scottish accent.
I'm sorry, Uncle Fudge.
Aunt Betty and Uncle Fudge.
Her father works at the naval base. America's at war. Now Nanea must cope with missing friends and family members.
Yep, sounds like a typical American Girl story.
Rumors of additional attacks and lonely nighttime blackouts.
Oh my gosh, she's getting drunk? She's so young, but it was a different time.
I feel bad for saying this, so I never watched a Try Guys video before, but these guys are not that funny. I'm sorry.
Who's next? This is Molly Mac.
Yes, Molly, that was my childhood doll, Molly. I've had Molly for 25 years.
McIntyre, or as I like to refer to her, American Girl Zach. She's one of the first 3 dolls from the original collection.
Molly.
So Molly was re-released on June 1st of 2022, which coincides with the first day of Pride Month, and social media.
Oh, yeah. Well, everyone thinks Molly's gay, but everyone thinks they're all gay. Like, if you get enough into the American Girl doll fandom, these bitches are gay. They're all gay.
Went bananas saying that they outed her.
Yep, Molly's definitely gay. She's gay. Samantha's gay. Julie's definitely gay. When we get to Julie, the women's basketball. Oh.
For reasons of her being like an OG re-release and the whole gay thing, she's like very hard to get. She's sold out. And the manager lent.
Molly is not hard to get. No, she's not. Maybe she was sold out when you particularly went to the store.
Us her personal doll.
This is on loan from us.
Get her feet off the wet table.
Okay, Molly's been around for so long, dude, and I know there were a few years where they didn't sell her, but like she's been around for so long. Again, you don't have to take her out on loan. Go get her from a secondhand market. Molly is very easy to get. In fact, I have 2 Mollys. That Molly back there is made into Charlotte, who is my original like doll that I made for the Girl of the Year for the deep dive that I'm working on like developing more stories for her. So it was so easy to get Molly that I had the one from childhood and that one that I made into a different character. Same thing with Kirsten. That Kirsten is now Emma from my novel One Final Vinyl.
From the American Girl doll store's manager, who gave us her personal Molly.
Last time I got personal Molly from a manager, it was very different.
Shout out to Lainey at the American Girl store.
I think that was probably the best joke in this video.
Los Angeles. Great ribbons, great glasses, great hair, great braids, great shoes.
The bangs are banging.
She's got the fit. She's basically Hermione.
Look, American Girl, you want...
Not even remotely. Again, this is the whole thing where everyone misremembers that Molly was like the nerdy girl or the bookish girl. She was not. She just had glasses. When you have visual impairments, that says nothing about your interests whatsoever. Okay, so Molly was not nerdy at all, even remotely. Molly was like a little troublemaker. She was a little goofball who was always stirring up trouble, and she likes to dance.
Want to sell some dolls? Lean in. Put her in some Doc Martens. Give her a band T-shirt. Let's get rid of this and give her some long shorts.
Mm-hmm. This sounds wrong, but I want to handle her a lot more aggressively, but we can't because she's a loner. But it's just so fun to puppet them around ridiculously, and I'd love to give her a little lip gloss, but I can't.
Let's make sure her face is clean.
There we go. Yeah, clean her off.
Ooh,
This is very distressing. Okay, now I'm seeing the eyes closer. That's definitely a re-release Kirsten.
love that. Molly says, gay rights.
She sure does.
Maryellen Larkin. What happened?
All right, we got Maryellen and Melody are, I think, the next 2, and I don't have either of them either, so I won't have much to say about it. All I know about Maryellen is that she has polio. One of the reasons that I haven't gotten her, so in terms of like her hair color and face mold, she's very similar to Courtney. I like Courtney better, obviously for many reasons, including like the 80s stuff, her talk of HIV, like her discussions about like the Challenger. I think Courtney's story is very interesting, and I like that Courtney's a gamer girl, and I like that she has big curly hair like me. So that's why I chose Courtney instead for many reasons. And Maryellen just looks very similar to her, except that she has less good hair. I would get Maryellen in a heartbeat if they gave her a cane, because the book does talk about briefly how she's had to use a cane due to having polio and how her leg kind of struggled from that. And that is, a big part of, I guess it's not emphasized that much as a big part of her story, but it's kind of one of the things that sets her apart, and because the historical dolls are kind of lacking in disability representation, I think it would be cool if Maryellen came with a cane. But since she doesn't, I'm not gonna support her.
Howdy, y'all. Who likes pie?
She had polio.
Had. I conquered it.
She was 7 years old during the polio epidemic of 1952.
She does. Maryellen does say take your vaccines. She does say that.
She represents the Cold War and post-war baby boom era of the 1950s.
Yeah, Maryellen is a boomer. She is the biggest boomer of them all.
Her legs don't work, but she's enthusiastic, optimistic, ambitious, and imaginative.
I like meatloaf.
It's kind of wild that they put the polio girl on roller skates.
Yeah, you say her legs don't work?
No, I added that.
Oh.
One is shorter than the other.
She wants to stand out, but she has 5 brothers and sisters. She gives herself a haircut. She draws a cartoon of her teacher on the first day. She wins a geography bee.
I mean, that sounds pretty normal, but like, yeah, they should have given her a cane. I'm upset that they didn't.
Rocks rock.
Look at her, standing on her own.
That's the importance of vaccines.
I like her. I like her,
Okay, I like that. That was a good joke.
her look.
There's something irksome about this child's face. She's giving influencer face. It's a little bit of a pick-me girl in a way that I don't love.
I like whatever you like.
I don't with Maryellen.
I do. Maryllen's been the most fun to play with so far. She's the easiest for me to impersonate.
I think Maryellen has some cool 50s outfits, but I've never been that drawn to the doll.
I'm this girl.
You guys want to talk about minerals?
Okay.
Yeah, we love her.
Yeah, Melody's great. Melody's great. We love Melody. 1960s civil rights era doll. Wants to be like a Motown singer. She's got the great like 60s poofy hair. Melody's pretty great. She is a doll that I do intend to get in the future. She's, again, I think Nanea, Maryellen, and Melody are the 3 historical characters that I don't have. So, in the future.
Yeah.
Melody Ellison. Melody is the coolest. We've seen Melody before when we were doing a tripod episode.
We were looking on the internet and we're like, this girl's cool.
Yeah, Melody has a cool playset too. Like, she has a recording studio. You can hit buttons. It really lights up and makes sounds. It's pretty cool. I like it.
She's obviously from the 70s. Oh, 1964. She's obviously from the 60s.
She represents the African American civil rights movement. Her whole family is involved in music in some way.
Yeah.
This is Motown girl.
The shoes and the hairband.
She has some of the best outfits, dude. I have gotten some of Melody's outfits, even though I don't have the doll. I do want to get her at some point. She's really cute. I'll probably buy her secondhand. I'm not buying from the American Girl company right now because I don't like some of the business decisions they've been making.
The whole look, the dress is incredible. One of the best fashionable looks of the day. She can't wait to sing her first solo at church.
Oh God, as her solo approaches, an unimaginable tragedy leaves her silent. Can Melody find her voice to speak up for those who can't? Drama.
Oh my God, this also is a thicker book
That's
than
what I'm
some
saying.
of the previous books. This one's got some real story happening.
She might be my favorite so far, because I think she has the right mix of...
You gotta take her out of the hairnet, dude. She's got the hairstyle that goes... She's got the big 60s... Take her out of the hairnet! This is driving me nuts!
history, but also cool personality.
She has like one of the coolest hairstyles. Take her out of the hairnet!
Like, her whole family is in the music industry. She's at the Motown boom.
Like her shoes, like her music. Good luck on the solo. Sorry for the trauma.
Julie Albright.
Okay, like Julie. I don't like when they redid Julie's meat outfit. I don't like this whole like Halloween costume hippie look. I liked it much better when she looked like she was just wearing like normal 70s clothes, but I do like a lot of the outfits that they've released for her recently. Like my Yvette doll back there is wearing Julie's jumpsuit.
She represents American society during the mid-70s and the US bicentennial. She's known to be groovy and upbeat. She's our 9th historical character, and
She also loves to play basketball, and she learns about Title IX as a way to get herself allowed to play basketball at her school when originally girls weren't allowed to play. So, yeah, Julie is a future WNBA prospect and is definitely gay.
she loves acid.
I gotta let her hair out. Oh yeah, let it out. Oh my, hell
She does
yeah,
have- she has
girl.
long hair.
Now this is how she looks.
Do we have a little brush?
Why couldn't we have let out Melody's hair? Why couldn't we have brushed Kit's hair? Why?
Oh, this feels right.
Yeah. I mean, look at how, the hair is beautiful. She's almost like, the hair is almost more beautiful than her, I'm sorry.
This is very soothing.
But your hair is gorgeous.
I bring Julie with me to Chicago Sky games. I got her a little Chicago Sky baby onesie that I cut into a doll-sized t-shirt, and now I bring her to women's basketball games with me because we know Julie's going to the WNBA.
Yeah, she lives in San Francisco during the 70s. She dresses like this. Her parents are doing drugs.
I live in a house.
Her parents are divorced. Actually, her mom runs a local shop, and her dad is a pilot.
7 other women. We understand that our friend Mark is the true Lord. I like her look. I like her pants. I like her thick little sandals.
She's cool. I just feel like she's got an open mind. She gets it. She plays basketball in denim. All these girls have something wrong, so
She's in a cult.
what darkness are you hiding?
She's in a cult. We don't want that for her, but we do expect it from her.
Ooh, 5 months ago, the war in Vietnam was ended.
Nam is her trauma.
Yeah. She has Vietnam War flashbacks.
This is the end.
All right, that made me laugh.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my girl Courtney. All right, I hope we talk about all the things Courtney goes through. She watches the Challenger explode. She her role model was Kristen McAuliffe, who was on the Challenger, and she watched her role model die on a wheelie cart TV classroom, or a wheelie cart TV in her classroom. And then in the second book, she meets a friend at the arcade who she plays Pac-Man with and learns that he has HIV. And she has to spread correct medical information when the school is threatening to expel him.
Okay. It's time for a girl who likes video games.
Yes, gamer girl.
Courtney Moore! She represents the feminist, technological, and society.
She was not born in 1986. She was born in 1976 because she's 10 in 1986, but okay.
Changes in American society and the start of the AIDS pandemic.
She represents that? She's 9. What about this says AIDS?
I'm glad they did bring up the AIDS thing because I hear so many critiques even from like fellow American Girl fans who are like, Courtney's story has nothing to it. All she does is play with Care Bears and play Pac-Man, and all she is 80s nostalgia bait, and there is some of that, but like the fact that her story thoroughly addresses HIV and like talks about the spread of medical misinformation, especially when it came out in 2021, right as COVID vaccines were a very debated topic, I think is very important, and I think they did really well with her story.
AIDS are now. I love video games.
Let's end AIDS!
This, I feel like, is still very trendy. These like leggings and shoes.
She's
I
got
can
it.
see
I
in
like
like
her
the
look.
fall in like West Hollywood.
I don't like the t-shirt that much. I think she could have a better shirt. I don't like the like graphic t-shirt prints. I think they're a little cheap.
Yeah, she's giving Stranger Things season 3 when they were at the mall.
Yep. Papa.
She's not my favorite. She seems
She is my favorite, but okay.
kind of generic, like a parody of what the 80s were. Wait a second, though.
Yeah, you can take off her first shirt.
Yes, let her hair out. Let her beautiful curly hair out.
She's got a shirt under her shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. We're just taking her shirt off. Okay,
She's wearing
whatever.
2 shirts. I do kind of like her. I like her boots a lot. I like the vibe. I also think it's good, you know. A girl who likes video games. There's plenty of ladies who like video games. They need a doll.
A girl who likes video games and learns about AIDS and watches the Challenger explode. She's very important.
Too.
Is this one that we need to keep clean?
She also has a whole thing about like her mom running for mayor. It talks about like the start of women getting involved in politics. That's a whole part of the story. We learn about Hands Across America and things like that. There's a whole lot going on. And her parents are also divorced, and her mom gets remarried, so she gets a stepsister, and we also learn about how blended families work and things like that. She's got a lot
We're
going
gonna
on.
toss her in the garbage.
All right, bring back my dirty one again. Bring back my dirty girl.
Dirty girl.
Dirty girl, you want to eat?
Zach. We gotta take.
I really hate seeing Kirsten treated that way. It's making me upset.
Oh, now you're permanently making that gross. Oh, her eyes are stuck shut.
I know.
You've got to clean these out before you arrive to work. Hey, girls. Yeah, no, sorry.
Okay, yeah, these two are my least favorite. You slander Nikki and Isabel as much as you want. I hate these bitches.
All right,
They
places-
joined? No.
Hey, girls.
They came in like with the book in front of them. I thought that they were the same. That would have been so exciting. They were born in 1990. They represent the millennium.
This is a Britney fit. You're so right.
And this girl kind of dresses more like Desiree.
My tea! Look at the you did.
I'm sorry.
You're always up.
Well, because I'm always trying to stand up to you. You know how hard it is to be your sister.
It's really annoying me that they're not taking the hairnets off. Like, it's really annoying me at this point. Why did you get all these dolls to show them off and display them, but you're gonna, I don't get why, take the hairnet off. Unless it's that they're like planning to donate them and they want to keep the hair in good condition or something. Is that what it is? I'm just a little lost.
You're the older one.
Yeah, but
if that was true, why are they abusing Kirsten so hard? Why are they smashing it like...
you're the prettier one. Everyone says, look at your eyes. Look at how you love flowers, or I'm the little ska girl.
I can't help how beautiful I am.
So we have Nikki's journal here from 1990.
So I never read their journals, but I did read their Meet Isabel and Nikki book, and I did not like it. I reviewed it in full in my American Girl deep dive video. I don't like it. I don't like them as characters.
9. She's a skater girl. I mean, she gets it.
These girls are from Seattle, and Seattle is kind of like perpetually 1999. Tetra.
Okay, yeah, this is what I don't get either. Like, are they trying to preserve the dolls in good condition to, like, resell them or something? Is that why they're keeping the hairnets on? But then why are they, like, playing so rough with them? It's not making sense.
Well, Keith, what are some American Girls you want to see in the future?
A hot air balloon pilot, or maybe the 2008, 2009 recession, like that time. Dolls represent
Doll from 9/11, that's what I want to see.
hard times of big.
What's wild, actually, is that 9/11 is like the one thing American Girl has never addressed, and the reason for that is that when they did the Girl of the Year line, the first doll they released was Lindsay in 2001, so she came out in January of 2001 at the start of the new year before 9/11 happened. And then they didn't have a 2002 Girl of the Year because they weren't sure how the new line was going to start selling yet, so for the first couple years they did a 2001, 2003, and 2005 Girl, so they skipped a couple years in there since the new line didn't sell as well at the start of it as they were, you know, getting it going. They wanted to spend the next year kind of selling out the overstock and things like that. So there is no 2002 Girl of the Year, so 9/11 is never addressed in any of the doll stories. So I think that's what it's sorely missing.
Big change.
Josie's parents don't believe in Dr. Fauci and the liberal media.
We believe in Dr. Phil. Do you think if you look in their eyes long enough, they steal your soul, or?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Keith. We'll see you later.
I can't leave. There's too many dolls on the floor. Don't fall into the gunk. Don't fall in the gunk. I'll put you on the floor. Thanks for having me. Bye.
I think it's really weird that they remembered Caroline but skipped Cecile and Marie Grace. That's what's weirding me out, because it's like they did all historical characters except 2, but they did do Caroline, who's also really hard to get. I don't get it.
That finishes the historical collection.
Well, I guess because for Caroline they had the mini doll. Cecile and Marie Grace do have mini dolls. They're not still for sale at the store as far as I know, but they do have a mini doll. I know because I gave RK's niece a Marie Grace mini doll for Christmas last year.
But now it's time for the Disney American Girl doll collection.
Oh yeah, I hate these. I don't even know if I need to react to these. This video is getting so long, so I think I might actually stop here. Oh, they do the Welly Wishers, and then they... Okay, wait. They do address Girls of the Year. Okay, so there's Corinne. So this is confusing me. They're doing Girls of the Year. There are 24 Girls of the Year, right? 23 or 24. But they have Corinne, Kavi, Summer, or not Summer, that's Lila. And then they don't have Summer. Summer's the newest one. She sucks also. But like... So they have 3 of the Girls of the Year. When do they do the ranking? Okay, I guess that's over here. All right, let's skip ahead to the ranking because I don't... oh my God, Kirsten! What the fuck?
The least best. We met a lot of American girls today, each with their own stories. You know, at first I didn't know how...
And you don't even know what happens in their stories. Samantha's over here still being slandered on the internet.
How I felt about the ones with kind of the deep traumatic histories, but once we got onto dolls that...
Except Lila, actually. Out of the Girls of the Year, Lila has no trauma.
Didn't have those, it kind of felt like they were cheating. So I'm gonna have to give my favorite to Melody. I thought
Melody's a good choice. I like Melody.
She was cool. She's got the coolest outfit. She's got a cool story. Any story that takes place during like Motown, that's sick. Gotta give it to Josefina.
Josefina's great too. We love her.
I know how much she meant to Joyce. But really, I like all of them that had, you know, a real piece of history to
That's a lot of them. You just didn't realize that Samantha did.
teach you about. I think that's cool to have a doll who you can love and care for and does all the things you love from a doll.
I agree.
And you also have the history to learn a little bit more about the world around us. Also have to give a major shout out to Kirsten. She went through a lot. I think that the point of a doll is to go with you through thick and thin, and Kirsten, she went through the muck with us. Thank you for your service. As far as least favorite, I think these baby dolls suck.
Yeah, well, that's because you didn't get the full-size doll. You should have got the full-size Caroline. That's not Caroline's fault that you got the wrong doll.
What's the point of this? You're not even an American Girl at that point. And
are they actually unaware that there's a full-size version of Caroline? Because they couldn't find it? I'm very confused.
Cinderella was, she had MAGA face.
Yeah, Cinderella sucks, I agree.
We don't like her, she seemed racist. We don't with that. But all in all, this was fun. I liked playing with the dolls. I liked learning about them.
You didn't learn anything about them.
You can see how you can develop such a deep connection with one of these dolls.
That's true.
It's not just a toy, it's not just a friend. It's American history. What was your favorite American Girl doll growing up? Let us know.
My favorite growing up was Molly. Anyway, I have so many mixed feelings on this video. All right, let's talk about it real quick, and then we'll be done. So I think that on some ways in this video they went through so much effort in terms of like getting all these dolls going out of the way. Like they remembered Caroline, but they seem to be unaware that there's a full-size Caroline because they're like, what's the point of this small doll? The point of it is that it's a smaller version. Sometimes it's so that the dolls can like have their own dolls. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but they're also like a cheaper version of it. But that doesn't mean that Caroline's the worst character. It means that you didn't get the full-size doll. That's on you. I don't get what's going on here. I'm kind of disappointed in this video. There's a lot of things about it that I'm like, that was wrong. But I do think it was very fun. It was fun to see people discovering the dolls for the first time. And actually, hold on. Let's look at the comments. We got to look at the comments. All right, we're reading the comments. Please donate them instead of returning them. Wait, they're planning to return all of these dolls? Is that why they didn't take the hairnets off? Oh my God, no, don't return them. What the fuck? I will not accept this Kirsten slander. She literally watched her friend die of cholera and then her entire house. Oh, dude, I forgot all about how Kirsten's cabin burnt down. She also fought a bear at one point. Let's see. Yeah, her house burned down because she brought a wild animal. Dude, Kirsten's story was wild. Not the daddy I want a steam engine now when Samantha is an orphan. Thank you. And her parents died on a boat. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even put that together. They said good Lord. Oh my God. We will never get over the fact that Kaya has the only closed mouth smile because smiling with teeth is as a sign of aggression in her. Yeah, Kaya's great. We love Kaya. Disappointed that you're returning them instead of dude, they're actually returning them after how they treated Kirsten? That's unacceptable. That is unacceptable behavior. Holy shit, I'm actually really mad at them now. Completely missed the point of American Girl. It also was about connecting with the girl from another time. Yeah, I agree. I like how there's so many people in the comments who are correcting them on this. I'm glad that the American Girl doll stands are coming through. I love how they have Samantha as the orphan, as the entitled kid asking to, yeah, I mean, I hate that. I guess they mean I love that in terms of like, ooh, love that. Samantha has literally spoken out against child labor in factories and busted her friends out of an abusive orphanage. Give my girl some respect. Yes, thank you. I'm glad. Thank you for all this justice for Samantha in the comments. I loved Samantha. She was an advocate against child labor, an advocate for women's suffrage, and a general child rights and social safety nets in a time when there were none. Thank you. Oh my God, Samantha, these comments are giving me life. I'm so glad that these comments are here to recognize your importance. Thank you. Samantha thanks you. Samantha thanks the comment section. All right, that was my reaction to the Try Guys video. Maybe I will end up posting this on the main channel later on, or maybe I won't. We'll wait and see. But until then, see you guys later. Keep playing with your dolls, and remember not to slander Samantha. She doesn't deserve it. Bye.